All right, One Pride Nation. 48 hours until the Detroit Lions take on the Chicago Bears in their final game of the season. So it's time to talk about Chicago's offense. And we won't get too much into the details. We did that earlier this year, but also it's an offense we all know and love, or at least used to. It's Ben Johnson's offense. And it's largely unchanged from his time in Detroit. The key difference is that he does like to use Caleb Williams' ability to run outside the pocket, rolling to one side or the other, or to scramble. And while Caleb Williams has unlocked some new facets of Ben Johnson's offense, he's also been the biggest choke point for the offense's success. For all of his natural ability, Caleb Williams is only completing 57.9% of his passes. That's good for worse in the league. So he's not making good use of his wide receivers, his tight ends. We all know Ben Johnson loves 12 personnel. But what they are making good use of is their running backs. And their primary back, somebody Detroit's also familiar with, in DeAndre Swift. He's been having a really good time these last few games. In fact, the Bears are averaging almost 150 yards rushing per game. And by success rate, they're ranked number 1 in the league. So the formations, the motion, and the offensive line are lending itself to a run-first offense, and that's setting up the play action, and that's where Caleb Williams is having success. To counter this, our defense has to be stout up front, but especially on the edges. You see, the Bears run outside about 60% of the time. They don't do a lot in between the guards. They like to try to get DeAndre Swift or Carl Monungai in space and let them work on the edges. Now, this is critical because our lack of safety depth has shown that we are susceptible on the edges, especially when a safety needs to run fit. It's going to rely heavily on our defensive ends to stay in their zone and turn things back inside. It's going to be absolutely critical. And we may need to commit more resources to the box to make sure they can't get the run game going and force Caleb Williams to beat us with that arm that hasn't done so well. So tell me, Lions fans, given that this offense is much improved over the last time we met them, what are your expectations for this defense? And what do you think is going to be the outcome of this game? Does the defense step up and shut it down? Or are we in for a high-scoring affair? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.